Today we're going to talk about why and when. We use when and why to talk about two things that are happening at the same time. When and why are part of clauses. They are used to introduce the sequences of narration of incidents, accidents, and predicaments, and they are used mostly with the past progressive. We use while and when with the past continuous to indicate that a longer action in the past was interrupted. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. Remember, this can be a real interruption or just an interruption in time. When and while are conjunctions. In some uses, when and while can mean the same, but they can also have slightly different meaning. So to understand when to use while and when, we are going to look at these examples to understand which is the correct time to use it. Usually we use while when there are two long actions. Example, he was snoring while she was watching a movie. We can use while to talk about longer events or activities happening at the same time. As we look at this image, we can notice that two actions are happening at the same time. So we are going to use while. And the sentence will say this way. While he was talking on the phone with his sweetheart, his wife was crying. And usually we use when if one action is long and the other is short. Example, I eat ice cream when I am on holiday. We can use when to introduce a single complete event that takes place in the middle of a longer activity. We use a continuous verb in the main class to describe the background or event. Now, with this image, we can notice that two actions happen, but one happened in a longer event and the other in a shorter event. So this sentence will stay this way. While he was walking home, an accident happened. Now we are going to look at some examples of some images, and we are going to decide if we will use while or when or both. So looking at this image, we can notice that two actions are taking place. We can use both while and when. For example, while he was eating, the phone was ringing. Or, he was eating when the phone began to ring. At this image, we can say, while Raul was eating, his mother was talking to him. With this image, we can use both while and when. For example, while she was cooking the food, the children was crying. Or, she was cooking when the children began to cry. With this image, we are going to use when. He was studying when he fell asleep. With this image, we are going to use while. Example, while she was driving the car, she was writing a text message. With this image, we are going to use when. He was talking on the phone when two cars came together. And with this image, we are going to use when. They were watching TV when